Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. Monday is Memorial Day, and we can't forget the reason we have this holiday, and that is to remember those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. Joining us now is U.S. Navy Vice Admiral and Senior Vice President at USAA, John Byrd, with all the details of this year's virtual Poppy Honor Wall. First of all, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you, and the ability to serve our nation was both an honor and a privilege. But good morning, and thank you.
Yes, good morning. We're glad to have you. This is virtual again this year. Is that correct, the Poppy Wall?
Yes, that's correct. Unfortunately, as we know, COVID persists in some fashion, so we're going to go virtual again this year like we did last year, and hopefully next year we'll be back up on the National Mall with a full Poppy Wall of Honor.
So, John, tell our viewers, how does the virtual Poppy Wall work versus being there in person?
Yes.
Sure. What you do is we have a website, poppyinmemory.com. If you go there, you find out about the history of Memorial Day, the poppy, why it's a symbol of remembrance. You see pictures of the Poppy Wall, and you can dedicate a poppy virtually to a fallen service member, either someone you know personally or that you've read about or heard about. So it's a great opportunity to kind of do a small thing to understand and remember the significance of Memorial Day.
I love that, and we can all come together on this. And you know, there are veterans that are still with us that are also suffering in their minds from the things that they've experienced, and we want to honor those folks. We don't want to forget those folks as well.
That's a great point, because many people have lost their friends in battle. They've suffered themselves. And I often say it goes to our national character, how we take care of the wounded and how we remember the fallen. And Memorial Day is set aside to remember the fallen.
You know, when you donate the money, where is it exactly going, and how do you donate to a specific veteran, or is it just as a whole?
Yes, well, this is not about donations. This is purely going on there, learning, dedicating, and all that. There are opportunities elsewhere, certainly charities, other organizations that support Gold Star families, families that have lost people in combat, and you can donate to them, things like TAPS, Tragedy Assistance Program, and the like. But that's not what this is, although I applaud those efforts. This is simply a virtual dedication of a poppy and educating yourselves about the significance of Memorial Day.
Yes, and the poppy, the symbol, I love how it started and it kind of snowballed. It started out with John McCrae's poem. He mentioned the poppy, and then it just kind of, another lady took it, and then you finished it and put it together, and that's a wonderful tribute to the veterans.
That's exactly right. John McCrae wrote the poem in Flanders Field 3 years later. Monia Michaels, who was an American professor, picked up the torch, if you will, and she made the poppy the symbol of remembrance. And it's so in the U.S. on Memorial Day, and in the U.K. and the British Commonwealth on their Remembrance Day. And so you can wear one in your lapel, as I'm doing, or other ways. And American Legion and VFW certainly make themselves available to hand them out at various places. So it's just a small gesture to remind everybody what the day is all about.
John, I got to be honest, the first time I learned about the poppy was through the UK Remembrance Day. I have a lot of British friends, and the poppy over there is huge, and everybody wears that red poppy on Remembrance Day. I wish that could catch on here for Memorial Day, where everybody wore that red poppy, because it's a great reminder, because I think education and awareness is key, because this younger generation, it's education. You have to keep reminding them how we got here and that freedom isn't free.
You know, you're exactly right, and I've had the fortune to go to Australia, Canada, UK, been there on and around their Remembrance Day, which is November 11th, happens to be our Veterans Day. And you're right, everybody's wearing a poppy, and features all day long are all about the red poppy. They use it to raise money to help their veterans and help the families of the fallen. Here in the U.S., not so big, but that's our effort at USAA, to raise awareness, to make that poppy, prevalent everywhere on Memorial Day.
Yes, I love the idea of wearing the poppy. And then those that, of course, people would ask questions about that, and that gives you the opportunity then to tell the story, and then that's how it spreads.
Have that conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's such a beautiful emotional poem about the writing about those soldiers and all servicemen that have fallen. And it ends with the idea that we will not rest unless you carry the torch. You know, we put meaning in the lives of the fallen by how we remember them and how we celebrate the lives they lived and what they gave for us.
Right.
Do you see, John, just quickly, I'm curious because you work so closely with them, do you see any common problems today with our veterans? Is it PTSD? Is it just the VA getting medical assistance for those who need it? Is that still the main issue with our veterans, homelessness?
You know, there's a full range of spectrum, certainly PTSD, TBI, traumatic brain injury, homelessness. There are a number of things, and certainly the VA does a great job. But it's not just the VA, it's a public-private effort. USAA donates lots of money to good charities that help them out, and we're at the forefront. But there's many other charities out there, and I would say Americans are a very giving lot, and they're out there to help the veterans who we really do want to help because of what they've done for us.
Absolutely.
Well, we thank you for coming on this morning and giving us the reminder of this. And happy Memorial Day weekend to you. And we're going to.
Yes. And I love, Kelly, what you said about starting that conversation.
Yeah.
Because this weekend, go to the virtual Poppy Wall. It starts that conversation. And then maybe your family wants to donate to one of these charities that helps our veterans.
Right.
It's like a great circle
right.
that you could perpetuate in your family every Memorial Day.
And wearing the poppy that
Yes.
starts the conversation.
Thank you so much, John.
Thank you. Have a great
That's
day.
all right.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a privilege.
Oh, he's so nice.
He is so
Love
nice.
our veterans.
I love that.